Hey y'all, I want to give an update about my Rubbermaid Tupperwares. These are actually Tupperwares I've bought before and have owned for years, and if you're familiar with the channel, you know I have a review on this exact product from a few years ago. I want to give an updated review because I just bought more. Previously I've owned like 2 or 3 of these Tupperwares in the same size, and there's also a smaller size. But I just bought 5 more of the bigger size because they're so perfect, and I use them for all my meals, dinners and lunches, storing things for the week, and I think they're the best Tupperware I've ever owned. So I just want to go through them again, talk about them again, because I think they're so good. As you can see, this says 5 containers, so this is a 5-pack. Of sort of the medium size, as it says here. Let me get into opening these. When you open the package, there's a little bit of plastic, but the lids are just sitting right on top, kind of loose like. Oh, actually, okay, I've got a loose lid. Set that down. I've got a full container that seems to be sealed. Okay. This isn't exactly super organized, but then I've got a loose container, and then it looks like a stack of containers. Okay, another layer of plastic, and hopefully a bunch of lids in the bottom. Yeah, one more lid. Here we go. Now I've got it all open. You can see it's 5 containers and 5 lids. If you look at the bottom, that says Made in USA, 3.2 cups or 760 milliliters. It says open latches before microwave. All right. It says Rubbermaid. There's a few more words around the side. Oh, I think that's just a different language. Yeah. This plastic it's really clean and smooth to the touch right now. Squeaky clean, it'll never look this good again. No scratches, no fogging, nothing. It just looks and feels really good. So this size, the 3.2 cups, I think this is the best size. I mean, this is maybe like 3 inches tall, if I had to guess. And it's probably 7 or 8 inches long, and then 4 or 5 inches wide, if I had to guess. And this to me is the ideal size. I use this for everything. Like I'll put a full, I mean, I'm a 6 foot tall, 150 something pound man. And this is a full meal. This is a dinner or a lunch that I can pack in here. So, let's see. I mean, when you push the lid on, you can hear the air squeak out. The latches are super strong, makes a really satisfying noise. This thing will never open when you don't want it to. But really it has a huge gasket seal, as you can see. And if you look under the latch, there's actually a little hole. So when the latch is open, you can see that it's a hole. So I think it might actually advertise somewhere, even when the latch is closed, there's a small gap. So I think it can actually aerate when it's closed. And so the gasket will keep things from ever leaking out, but I think there is a tiny bit of ventilation that you get from that part of the container. So I don't think it's actually airtight. I believe I read that on the product advertisement somewhere, that it will actually breathe, which I guess is a good thing. But in any case, I love these containers. I have never had issues. I use them for everything, and my only complaint this entire time is that I wish I had more. I've been surviving on 3 for a few years, but actually one of my 3 was so old that the bottom cracked. There's a crack in the bottom. And technically you can still use it, but if you're putting like liquid in it or something, I'd be worried that that might be able to seep through the crack. Now, as far as how it got cracked, I can't remember. Even when I made my last video a few years ago, I had already had that Tupperware for years before that. And I can't even remember how it was cracked. Like, oh, is it the heat from the microwave or the heat from the dishwasher or something? I don't really know. But it's only happened to one of them, and I've had that specific Tupperware for probably 4 or 5 years. And I can't even remember how it happened. So suffice it to say, my other Tupperwares are looking just fine. And so my only complaint was that, hey, I don't have enough of these. If I want to make 2, 3, 4 days worth of meals and save them for the week, like 2, maybe 3 Tupperwares just isn't going to do it. I thought I'd buy 5 more so I can have several dinners, several lunches saved and ready to go. And I'm just really happy that I'm still able to buy these exact Tupperwares because I think they're the perfect size. And you know what, I realized I keep saying Tupperware, and I'm sorry if that's confusing. This is Rubbermaid, but to me, like, this object is a Tupperware. It's kind of like how people call tissues Kleenex, even though Kleenex is the brand. In any case, I'm sorry if that's confusing. It's just so ingrained for me that this is a Tupperware, right? But no, the brand is Rubbermaid. Sorry about that. You can see it says Rubbermaid on there. So I guess these plastic food storage containers are the best I've ever had. This Rubbermaid brand food storage containers are my favorite. I think they're the best. And they're not just good for leaving at home in your fridge. Because of this gasket seal, these do not leak. They absolutely do not leak. So this could be full of like a really soupy curry or whatever it is, and you can toss this in your bag, your backpack, and bring it to work or whatever, and it's not gonna leak. And it's like, obviously I still do my best to keep it, level, and I'll put it in a plastic bag or whatever, but it's not gonna leak, right? So you can trust these, and it's part of the reason I use them. Like I alluded to before, there are other sizes of this identical container structure. They make one that's like a third the size of this, and I have a few of those. Those are okay. They work just as well. It's just a matter of practicality. There aren't as many cases where I have something that needs to be sealed up that well and stored for that long. That's that small of a quantity, if that makes any sense. And then at the same time, I have one of these that's like maybe 4 or 5 times bigger than this, where it's like a full square larger and then maybe a little taller, and then has a huge lid just like this to go on it. And that's also a fantastic container, but it's just harder to find a use case for like storing that much of something. Especially, if you have that much food left over, it's like, are you really putting it all in the same container? Like, are you trying to keep things separate, or are you going to allow them to mix? I'm just one guy. I cook for myself, not cooking for a family of 4. So I just don't really find myself using a Tupperware that big. A Tupperware, whatever, container, Rubbermaid. You get the point. So in any case, I hope this was helpful to somebody. I know I've made a video on these before, but it's been a few years and I'm buying more. So I thought I would just put my money where my mouth is, or mouth where my money is, whatever, and show you guys that I really do use these. I like these. I spent more money on them. I'm gonna keep spending more money on them, as the years go on, although I probably won't need to, because if these last 4 or 5 years like my other ones have, I'm not gonna need to buy more. And these also aren't super expensive. I think this was like 30 bucks for this set of 5. Could be remembering that wrong, but 20 to 30, something like that, on Amazon. Got a link below if you're interested. Check that out. And yeah, I can't recommend these more. So drop a comment in the description. Let everyone know what you think, if you've got these, or how your experience was. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else. Let me know if I can improve on this in any way. Let me know if this was helpful. All the above. Like and comment. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.